Did you know that San Francisco packs more cultural influence, technological innovation, and economic power into just a 47 square mile than most U.S. states? Yeah, it's quite the city. And today we're going to be continuing our California City series with what might be the most intense deep dive yet. This is a city that's launched social movements, gave rise to technological revolutions, and created a lifestyle that's simultaneously exceptional and can be also exceptionally difficult. So whether you're considering a move to the Bay Area or exploring tech opportunities or just fascinated by what it really takes to live there, well, this video covers everything that you need to know. Now, before we get into all of that, though, as always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending some of your time here with me today. If you're new here, well, the whole purpose of the series is to give you a in-depth look at living in California so you can make truly informed decisions about where to move or whether to move at all. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any future episodes as we explore more California cities. After all, San Fran might not be your cup of tea, but one of the upcoming cities I feature might be a perfect fit. And I don't want you to miss out on discovering which city best fits your lifestyle. Now, let's just get this out of the way and up front. Living in San Francisco, it's not easy for everyone. In fact, someone who tells you this otherwise is either wildly wealthy or willfully naive. The cost of living ranks among the highest in the nation. Housing is scarce and expensive, and visual urban challenges like homelessness and property crime are persistent realities. Space is at a premium. Privacy can be or feel like a luxury, and the weather defies every California stereotype that you've ever heard. And yet, despite these trade-offs, people continue choosing San Francisco not because it's the most comfortable, but because it's such an incredible city. So let's talk numbers, because we absolutely have to be real of what it costs to live in the Bay Area. Now, the median home value in San Francisco ranges from about $1.27 million to about $1.5 million. Now, the exact price does depend on the market conditions in the neighborhood, of course. But yes, expect to spend over $1 million if you want to live there. And if you're renting, well, expect to pay anywhere from between $3,065 to $3,582 per month on average. Again, there is a significant variation based on the neighborhood, unit size, building age, and all that other stuff. Now, to live in San Fran, you need big income. Currently, the median household income sits around $136,000 to $141,000. Now, this sounds great until you realize how quickly that gets eaten up by housing costs alone. Now, beyond housing, well, utilities are moderately relative to other costs. Why is that? Well, it's partly because the mild climate means you rarely need to use air conditioner. Grocery prices are well above national average, though, and dining out, well, no surprise, is expensive. So you have to factor these costs into your overall cost of living when moving here. Now, additionally, you have to consider the cost of things like childcare, parking, fuel for your vehicle, and so forth. The bottom line is that San Francisco requires serious financial planning and trade-off. Of course, planning ahead when moving to any city is really a great idea. But here's the thing. What sets San Francisco apart isn't just its economic advantages or cultural influence, it's the sheer walkability and neighborhood diversity. This is a city of distinct microcommunities, each with its own character, architecture, and vibe. And unlike sprawling cities where neighborhoods kind of bleed together, San Francisco geography, defined by hills, water, and a grid that defies logic, creates natural boundaries that preserve each area's identity. For example, Pacific Heights and the Presidio Heights represent San Francisco's most prestigious residential neighborhoods. There you're going to find Grand Victorians and Edwardian mansions lining steep streets, and these areas offer panoramic views of the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, and the Bay. This is Old World San Francisco, a neighborhood of consultants, private schools, and homes that regularly sell for $5 million and up. A tree-lined streets, impeccable gardens create almost a suburban tranquility despite being in the heart of the city. I mean, living here means trading affordability for prestige, space, and some of the most spectacular urban views in the entire country. Here's another example of a micro community in San Fran, the Mission District in San Francisco's cultural heart. It's where Latin American heritage, street art, nightlife, and technology collide in ways both creative and contentious. This is where you'll find city's best tacos and burritos, where murals of world-renowned artists that cover entire building facades, and where Valencia's street boutiques and bars coexist with long-standing community organizations. Now, the Mission also enjoys some of San Francisco's warmest and sunniest weather due to its inland location. The neighborhood transformation over the past 2 decades reflects broader tensions in the city's evolution. Now, tech workers have moved in, pushing rents and displacing longtime Latino residents. The result is a neighborhood that's simultaneously one of San Francisco's most exciting and, well, most conflicted. But neighborhood identities aren't the only thing to consider when living in San Francisco. If you've been there, well, you know the weather is a topic that has to be discussed. Honestly, it's nothing like what people expect. Forget the California sunshine stereotype. San Francisco is most famous for its fog, which locals call Carl. It's famous for its microclimates, which can make one neighborhood feel like an entirely different season from another just a few miles away. Summer temperatures typically hover in the 60s, rarely break in 70s, which surprise visitors expecting California warmth. Winters are mild with temperatures in the 50s. The microclimate phenomenon is real too. For example, the Marine might be sunny while the Sunset and Richmond area remains shrouded in fog. Locals have a tendency of joking that the summer happens in September and October, which is when the fog finally lifts. But hey, the lack of extreme heat means air conditioning is rarely necessary, but the cool temperatures can feel oppressive to those accustomed to warmer climates. Now, for folks who dislike heat and humidity, San Francisco climate, well, it's ideal. For sun seekers expecting California beach weather, well, it's a jarring adjustment that requires acceptance and a well-stocked jacket collection. And since we're talking about living in one of the nation's largest cities, we have to discuss the dreaded morning and evening commute. Commuting in San Francisco is no joke. Averages around 31 to 34 minutes. Now, of course, this ranges widely, depending upon congestion, transit schedule, and geography. Now, public transportation through Muni and BART and ferries plays a major role in daily commuting. So if you move to the Bay Area, it's not a bad idea to choose where you live to minimize commute times. But commuting to work is obviously not the only criteria to consider. Despite being a dense urban environment, San Francisco offers exceptional access to nature and outdoor recreation. Ocean Beach stretches for miles along the western edge, and the Presidio offers hundreds of acres of hiking trails and stunning views of the Golden Gate Bridge. Meanwhile, Golden Gate Park rivals Central Park in its size and amenities, and waterfront promenades provide paved paths for running and cycling with bay views. So within an hour's drive, you can access Marin Headlands for hiking, Point Reyes for dramatic coastal landscapes, wine country in Napa and Sonoma, or Lake Tahoe for skiing. San Francisco stands as one of America's greatest food cities as well. From legendary dim sum restaurants to Michelin 3-star restaurants, you can find just about anything that you want to eat. The city's immigrant history translates into the food culture. Authentic Mexican food, Vietnamese shops, Italian restaurants, Ethiopian cuisine, and innovative fusion concepts all operate at its highest level. Now, beyond food, world-class museums like the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, you have the De Young Museum and the Asian Art Museum, plus symphony, opera, ballet companies give all kinds of opportunities to enjoy the culture aspects of living in the Bay Area. So the big question is this: who is San Francisco best for? Honestly, it's ideal for high-income professionals, especially in tech and finance, who can afford the entry price and want career acceleration in innovation-driven industries. It's also great for people who value walkability, dense urban living, and don't mind compact spaces. So if you thrive in culture, world-class food, and being in a center of technological and social innovation, well, San Francisco delivers daily opportunities for engagement that very few cities can match. Now, on the flip side, well, if you're on a tight budget, well, the cost can be prohibitive. If you prefer suburban space, quiet environments, or need a yard or multiple bedrooms, well, this isn't going to be your spot. If you are sensitive to visual urban challenges like homelessness, or if you're expecting California sunshine and warmth, well, you might be disappointed. The bottom line is that San Francisco is not an easy city, and that's precisely what defines both the challenges and its appeal. The cost of living will stretch even comfortable budgets. Now, the visual urban problems are real and persistent, and the weather defies typical California expectations. Yet people continue choosing San Francisco because of what it offers in return. Transformation, career opportunities, density of talent and ambition, world-class cultural and dining, walkability, and neighborhood diversity that creates an environment where possibilities feel limitless. So the question isn't whether San Francisco is objectively worth it. That depends entirely on what you value in what you can afford. The better question is whether San Francisco's particular equation, extraordinary opportunity and culture in exchange for extraordinary cost and urban complexity, aligns with your current life stage and priorities. For the right person at the right time, this 47 square mile peninsula remains one of the world's most influential and distinctive cities. And now, my friend, you have a bit more details about living there to help you make a more informed decision. Remember, the whole part of these videos is to give you information that you need to make smarter or be smarter about real estate. So if you found this deep dive into San Francisco helpful, make sure to check out the rest of my channel for more city-focused content throughout the entire state of California, plus tons of other real estate tips, market updates, and buying and selling strategies. I've got videos covering everything that you need to know to make informed real estate decisions. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content. As always, thanks for watching. I know you have plenty of other ways to spend your time, so it means a lot to me that you use your time to, well, hang out with me here today. I'll be back next week with another deep dive into another California city. And if you happen to be in California looking to buy or sell, I'm a real estate agent right here in Orange County. Feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is right below in the signature. With that said, friends, I'm going to be shutting up the camera and I will see you in the next video.